Cheese Kingdom!
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the first ever Wide Eye Sports Kansas City Chiefs episode. I am your host, Brenner. I am our resident Vikings fan. Riley is our Bears fan. Spoon is our Cowboys fan. And Steve is our Chiefs fan. Steve, welcome into the show. We're going to get right into things. I want to ask you some questions about your Kansas City Chiefs, and we're just going to talk Chiefs. We're just going to rip off and we're going to talk about it. So first things first. A lot of people have talked about over the past few years the coincidence, some call it, of the Matt Nagy hire combined with the Patrick Mahomes regression. You see Riley smiling because he is one of them. You've had many new coaching hires. Matt Nagy leaves, and instead of firing Nagy, you just bring in a new OC. Let's just get him in here because obviously Nagy's going to go somewhere else. So let's just get him in here. Let's take care of that, and how that affects, like, say, the wide receivers and some of the offense. Give us your overall thoughts on all of that.
Yeah, so first things first, I don't put as much of the offense. I don't even think you can call it Patrick Mahomes regression. I think you can call it just an offensive regression.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
I don't necessarily think that I was kind of telling Riley this before we went live. The Chiefs didn't re-sign Nagy last year. They didn't re-sign him, and he didn't want to do another contract. He wanted to try and hit this round of this coaching cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So, hindsight's always 20/20. Had the Chiefs won last year, does he resign? That's a maybe. I don't necessarily think that. I don't know, man. I think that Nagy is.
I guess I should ask. Do you think he's a good offensive play caller, offensive developer, offensive mind?
And that's the problem with the Chiefs, and I think that's a problem why the Chiefs OC, though you've got Patrick Mahomes and you can be maybe potentially mentored by Andy Reid, I don't think that position is a super sought after position, because all of these guys, all these OCs, especially ones that a lot of Chiefs fans want, these are guys that come with their own offense. And if you go coach for the Chiefs on the offensive side of the football, you're running Andy Reid's offense.
For sure.
And it's really hard for them to go and grab somebody else that isn't part of an Andy Reid coaching tree. I will also say that I think that Bieniemy was always going to be the move. I think that, we could have speculated who we wanted here and there, but I think Bieniemy was always going to come back. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy with the Bieniemy. I was just going to say, I'm happy with the Bieniemy move. I'm glad Nagy found a spot. I didn't think he was going to find a spot. I think that was a lot to do, and that's what I was getting ready to say. I think that was a lot to do with the Chiefs' kind of PR campaign around trying to get Matt Nagy a job, or at least help him.
Help him get a job.
If they did say
two things out there. Not really questions so much as statements. I think Bieniemy is going to be huge in the run game. He was the Bears running back coach last year, and I think he played a huge part in not only DeAndre Swift's improvement from averaging 3.5 yards a carry to being third in the league in rush yards, but also Kyle Monangai coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I think he'll play a big part in the Chiefs having a better run game next season.
Yeah, Bieniemy is a great running backs guy. He's AP's running back.
And I was just getting ready to say there was some clips that circulated, and that's what makes Bieniemy stand out. He doesn't care if you make $500,000 and you just barely made the team, or if you're the highest paid player on the team. He will get in your face. I absolutely loved those videos that I saw a couple weeks ago of him and Adrian Peterson in 2009 I mean,
going at each other.
Airbnb's saying, like, he's walking up to Adrian Peterson, talking to another coach, saying, "Me and him are gonna fight. Like, we're gonna fight at practice."
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying? And I
Well-
love that, man. And that's what makes, I think, EV so effective. Is he is very much a P's and Q's guy. You know, I never.
Yeah, we're
wanted
gonna
him
do
to
this, and we're
leave-
gonna do it right.
Exactly.
Or why are we doing it at all?
I never wanted him to leave initially. You know, I don't know if you guys remember, he kind of made that lateral move to the Commanders, and then they just absolutely
whole thing
just cleaned
imploded.
house. They wiped it out. I mean, they got new ownership. I mean, it just was a, you know, I don't even know if you want to call it a bad judgment call, but it just wasn't in the cards for him. So anyway, all that to say, the Chiefs also got rid of a couple other position coaches, not only just the OC, but they also got rid of their wide receivers coach, Embry, Connor Embry was his name. And they also got rid of the running backs coach and the assistant running backs coach. Our running backs coach was a former wide receiver. He was never even played running back in the NFL, and he was our running backs coach. It's kind of a trip. But yeah, I've said this for years. And this kind of goes into the next thing I wanted to talk about a little bit, but I've said this for years. I don't think the Chiefs are very good at developing wide receiver talent. I think we've had an issue with it for a while. I think Patrick Mahomes has covered up a lot of stuff for us. And I think Tyreek Hill's unnatural speed was really just broke the NFL. I mean, everybody runs that
for
two
sure
deep safety now.
The shell coverage now is everywhere.
You can't even bombs away like you used to be able to do. You know, and I think that, and I don't even think that you can look at Tyreek Hill and say that the Chiefs looked at that guy and saw a generational wide receiver. I think
they saw a return specialist and athletic
gadget
talent
guy. Absolutely, they did.
That's what he started as. He was the punt returner, right? Like
I was at the Chiefs game where he returned 2 punts or a punt and off or something.
I remember you
like
telling
that.
me about it.
One of the best games ever.
Absolutely.
Back in 2016.
Let me ask you, do you think the issues with the wide receiver core, where do you think it stems from? Poor coaching, just bad players, bad drafting?
I think it has a lot to do with that. I think that you know, you go Tyreek Hill and then you go McCole Hardman, and you know, like I was saying a little bit, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, but then you look at the talent that's drafted right around the offensive talent that we keep drafting. And again, like you say, hindsight's always 20/20, draft in the moment. These are just names and guys, but you look back and you're like, damn, like we really could have had DK Metcalf. You know what I mean? And stuff like that just really kind of hurts in retrospect.
It piles up.
It does, man. But I mean, it's hard to say. It really hurts when you're sitting here winning Super Bowls and going every year. So, and I think that has negatively affected a lot of the way that the Chiefs do things operationally. You know, you say we need to cover up. They say you need to cover this up and you need to do this or that. But it's like I said all last year, man, everybody last season was telling me that the Chiefs were just winning these games by the skin of their teeth, that they were just lucky. I kept hearing that, lucky. And my response to them every single time was, if it happens every week, it's not luck. If it happens every single week, if you're blocking a field goal, if you're winning literally by the skin of your teeth, I have a hard time believing that's luck. And then Denver did it this year. So it kind of ruined my argument. But
I will somewhat agree with that, because the Vikings were very similar a couple years ago, right? We set the NFL record before you guys did of most games won by 1 point or less in a season, or by one score or less in a season. So I get it. It's just hard for fans to watch and know if that team's actually good or if they're just a paper champion type situation. So it becomes hard to blur that line, and people start to develop once they can't figure out for themselves, they turn to national media and other people to tell them what's going on, and then that just drives the narrative from there. And most of the time, the national media, when it comes to one score games, except for the Denver Broncos this season, apparently will lean to they're just lucky, they're skating by.
Well, and I think a lot of that had to play into the Chiefs fatigue that I feel like a lot of NFL fans have been feeling over the last
absolutely,
couple of
but that's
seasons.
natural when you have dynasties. That's natural.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That's natural.
So, but yeah, I was just gonna say with that wide receiver um coaching situation,
Yeah.
the coach, if I recall, has never at an NFL level coached receivers.
Okay.
Never even at a college level coached receivers. He has some collegiate level coaching experience, but nothing at a receivers level. And I think that's I was going to say I think that's a reason why you've seen. I mean, you saw Xavier Worthy was worse this year than he was last year. I mean, it's this dude's 2 years in the NFL, and he seems like he still can't find the sideline. And that is, you know.
That's a problem.
But it's a problem.
It's a problem. It's a problem. It is, and you don't want to be wasting that talent and that evaluation process and capital, and all of that, and then you're right back where you started. I do want to ask you, in your opinion, if we're sitting here a day or a year from today, and we're talking about the Chiefs during Super Bowl week, the lead up to Super Bowl week, how did it happen? What happened between now and then for the Chiefs to get back to the Super Bowl?
I think that they found a solution at running back. I think they find a way to manage. I think they find a way to manage that. I would absolutely love if the Chiefs found a way to get Breece Hall. He's the #1 running back in free agency right now. So he's gonna cost a little bit of money.
What made you think of him?
It wouldn't have been you, would it?
No, could have been me.
Yeah, no, and that just goes back to the whole, the Chiefs should, I mean, again, I wish that they would have the difference between us getting Breece Hall at the deadline and not was 1 round. The Chiefs wanted to give up a 4th, the Jets wanted a 3rd, and they just could not meet in the middle.
Yeah.
I think that fixes a lot of problems. I'll say this, the one game in that stretch where the Chiefs were losing all those games that they won, after Mahomes was gone, Kareem Hunt rushed the ball for 30 times. I think he had over 100 yards, I'm pretty sure. And I think that's might be the only 100-yard rusher we had this season. And we beat Indianapolis before they fell apart.
Yeah. So, I would like to ask, I'm looking at the projected market values of the running backs. Is money important to you, or you're like, however much we need to pay these guys to get them in the building, we don't care? Just quick.
No, I don't want them to. I don't want them to go crazy. Like I don't want Okay. And that's the thing with running backs. They want that multi-year deal, and running back is a weird position for multi-years because of how much wear is on their body.
So the big names at running back available next season are Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker. We'll see what happens there with the Seahawks. If they win the Super Bowl, there's no way they don't bring him back. Rashad White, Javonte Williams, Travis Etienne, Rico Dowdle, and then Pacheco is next. I would say getting Etienne, Dowdle, or Hall in the building would be massive upgrades for you guys.
I agree. But there's one name on that list that I see the Chiefs signing.
What is it?
And it's Rashad White. And that is has a little bit to do with the KC connection. He's from the area, and stuff like that. So I can definitely see a situation like that working out for the Chiefs. Do I think he could be a solution? Who knows, man? Pacheco was awesome until he got hurt, and then he has been, not worth anything since.
Well, Gainwell is also a free agent. Kenneth Gainwell is a free agent. Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, J.K. Dobbins.
Before we go too far ahead, I have 2 quick questions.
Absolutely.
About the Chiefs. Okay, so the first one, to follow up for your year, like you're looking at the end of the season next year, looking back on the 2026 season, did Travis Kelce play?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Listen,
I like that question.
I'm just letting you guys know right now, Travis Kelce, in his 2 regressing seasons, has put up 900 plus yards and then 800 plus yards.
Okay.
That is a lot of tight ends' dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people I talk to people every day at the bar, and they tell me that he just doesn't look the same, or he's just not looking,
Well,
and
he isn't the
He's
same
35,
player.
ain't he? Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's not.
going to look the same, but
here's the problem,
he's
though.
still good.
We've been running our offense through this guy for 3 years, and he's not probably been in the prime of his career for 4. Like
Yeah.
actual prime physical
100%.
condition.
100%.
And I think you saw at the beginning of last year, because Rashee Rice was going crazy right before the injury.
Yep, I remember.
You saw the Chiefs try and start moving towards him being the focal point of the offense. I will piggyback on Travis Kelce, since he came in the league, has went to quarterback meetings. I don't know if he's since he came in the league, but you will find Travis Kelce in the quarterback room.
Yeah. Well, he's a former
Often.
quarterback.
And he's always credited that his entire career to him being able to be so open all the time.
Yeah, because he understands his own concepts and how they work and who needs to be open when and what the quarterback's thinking.
So, last year, some reporting came out that Rashee Rice was also attending those meetings with Travis Kelce. And then it kind of translated, like I was saying. I mean, he was the slant god. I mean, he was just right in your face.
Michael
He
Thomas.
was. Yeah, I had to bring it back. But it was dumb those first 4 weeks of the season, and then he got hurt. We tried to sacrifice his ACL, and it didn't work out for us in the end. But yeah, I think they're trying to do that. I think that, and that's another aspect. Dude, there's so many layers to this, but that's another aspect to it. The Chiefs have been so unnaturally healthy for 6 of the last 8 years. It's been insane to witness. And that injury bug has really hit us this year. I talked to a lot of people that tell me that the Chiefs need to do something to the O-line. I don't have the only problem with our O-line is Jawan Taylor. And that's just because he's penalized. If you take the penalties out of it, Jawan Taylor ranks top 8 or 9 and right tackles as far as pressure allowed and stuff like that. And then Justin Simmons or Josh Simmons, he looked really great on the left side. And then you have the best center in the NFL.
In the league. Yeah, period.
And then you have Trey Smith, who's top 3 at right guard.
Yep.
I don't hate our O-line. I still am. I hate that we traded Tooney for a 4th this season and not last year. That was kind of a fleece by the Bears, if you ask me.
I loved it.
I know you loved it, and he played left tackle for you this year. Yeah, he's an absolute beast. I mean, dude should be a Hall of Famer.
All right,
will be a Hall of Famer.
Steven,
I don't know, dude.
My second question I had for you though was back to the running back position, because you guys keep talking about. Obviously trying to sign a free agent next year or trying to trade for someone. I've been looking at the draft and I've been looking at mock drafts, and
a lot of people got us.
As of right now, there's 2 guys that I've been seeing a lot of for you guys to take at number 9. One is a Chris Jones not a replacement, but somebody to follow him, which would be David Bailey, the edge out of Texas Tech. But I'm also seeing a lot of Jeremiah Love.
Oh, dude, that would be nasty.
So I see the 3 names. Nasty. I see that Bailey guy. I also see Bain from Miami.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've been rise up the ranks, so that's why I don't know if he'll be there or not.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing Jeremiah Love going at 8 to the Saints, and if he doesn't go at 8, I've been seeing him go at 9 to the Chiefs.
So, I think the Chiefs. So first things first, I think the Chiefs are kind of hesitant to draft a running back after CEH in that situation.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of scouts saying Jeremiah Love is going to be a generational running back.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but
my main question though was just, would you rather just go ahead and go with the edge rusher or get you guys like another just defensive lineman, or would you be fine going with Jeremiah Love at the running back?
So for me, it's tied. I would like to see the Chiefs. I seriously, I shit you not. I would like to see the Chiefs either get a down lineman, or I would rather see the Chiefs go get a receiver. Like one of those kids out of Ohio State. What is that? Tate? Isn't he coming out this year?
Jordan Tyson from Arizona State is good.
Yeah, dude. There's a couple of, and this is what I want the Chiefs to do, and that's kind of what I was going to get into with the receivers a little bit. is I just dropped one of my headphones. This is what I was going to get into with the receivers a little bit. We keep drafting these small body, 180, 160 pound, guys,
Speed guys.
Yep.
Exactly, and they have yet to draft an X. I have never seen the Chiefs draft an X receiver. Somebody who could line up outside and just go win 50-50 balls, a possession receiver. You can say we've had them, but we've had them late in their careers, and I can go back as far as even Jeremy Maclin. And then
Jeremy
you've got
Maclin,
Andre Hopkins, and you know what I'm saying. You've got these guys, and we keep getting them past their prime. It would be really, really nice to see the Chiefs go get somebody who they think could be a number one receiver for this team. And I say all that because I think that you can get the same amount of production out of a running back you can go sign right now as opposed to a potential Jeremiah Love. And if I'm being truthfully honest with you, Cooner, I would rather see the Chiefs hold out on the running back position this year, and I would love to see them go get that kid out of Mizzou next year. That Hardy kid who's breaking all these tackles.
Yeah.
That's who I would like to see.
Okay.
Nothing ever works out for me. Jordan Love, or what's his name?
Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah
He does
Love.
look nice, and he's big for a running back, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 6 foot 215. I mean, he's not huge, but
yeah.
But he's a big dude. He's good. He's a great runner of the football. So I'm looking at right now Draft Buzz. They have him as the third ranked prospect by less than 2 points, right behind Ruben Bain Jr. and then Caleb Downs. Man, it's
That's
just
another
the running
one I see
back
Chiefs fans wanting them to go get is that Downs kid.
Downs. Yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna have the pick of the litter there because Mendoza is gonna go early. They're gonna reach for some premium positions early. That running back safety kind of area is going to be open when you guys are picking, and it's going to be interesting to see. And we got some months to go before anything's decided, and a lot can go up and down, and injuries and all sorts of stuff can happen. Draft Buzz, who knows? But last question I have for you is just pretty simple. Don't have to go super in depth. How do you feel about the Chiefs cap situation? Are you worried about it, or are you not?
I'm not super worried about it. Like we were looking at it a little bit ago. Mahomes' cap is kind of crazy, but he's got such hybrid. He's got such that hybrid contract. Not that contracts don't allow you to do this, but it's built in such a way that they can go in and add years and money here or there or whatever, however that works with the 10-year deal that he signed. So I'm not super worried about his cap hit. They freed up $21 million last year right before the season. So the
Patrick Mahomes contract honestly worries me a lot for you guys.
For years.
Yeah, first things first, no quarterback has ever finished a 10-year contract on the team he signed it with. So that worries me first and foremost. The Chiefs do have a potential out in 2028. They can get out of it with only $24 million in dead cap. The biggest issue with this contract is not so much the cap hits post 2027, because this year he's going to make almost 80, and then next year he makes almost 75. That's massive. That is
stupid.
A third of your cap almost thrown away on one player. Not quite a full third. It's closer to a quarter, but it's at least a quarter this year, close to it next year. Over 20% easily both years. And coming out of that, you have 12%, 12%, 12%, 12%, which are totally manageable numbers, especially with Mahomes. My first issue is that his mobility might be gone by then. He won't be the same player. The arm angles he throws at, the torque he puts on his arm will eventually catch up with him. And, in the later years could be an issue when he's 34, 35, 36. And the problem with it is that in 2032 and 2033, seems like a long ways away. It'll be here before we know it. He's on the books for $60 million, and they can't avoid that. So those years, they're going to be paying $60 million to a guy who's probably not on the team. Or if he is, they're paying him $60 million plus whatever else they're paying him at that point. And if he's on the team at that point, you got to assume he's still a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Sure.
So you're paying him at least 50 million by then, probably close to 70 million for top 10. And so that would be $130 million against the cap for him each year. And that beyond that, you can't get, those are void years. So those are set. You can't move that money. That money is set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, I talk all the time about what the Saints did for like 2017 to 2021 and how they kept pushing the cap down the road. And that's the kind of stuff that worries me. Like, everything comes at a price, and this dynasty may come at the price of the early 2030s for the Chiefs.
Sure.
But I don't worry,
man.
about
I'll take it.
You
know what I mean? Like,
I
mean, it's one of those things, bro, where it's like, I always knew we couldn't be good forever. I think that as long as Mahomes is on the Chiefs, I think there's a chance. And as long as Andy Reid and Mahomes are together and they get in, I think they can dance. I think they can dance with anybody.
Quick question to end the show.
Quick answer.
Is Patrick Mahomes a first ballot Hall of Famer? Is Andy Reid a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I don't know, dude. What a joke. What an absolute joke. They've done, you understand, all they've done is
discredit themselves.
All they've done is make us question the process, dude.
Like,
what goes into it?
I mean, you
can't tell the NFL story without mentioning Belichick's name.
Media members deciding. It's like,
what's funny is, sorry, I was just gonna say, what's funny is you go back and you look at all of that stuff and how apparently Bill Polian was a big driving force behind making sure people remembered that Bill Belichick potentially cheated a couple of times or all this other stuff.
Let's touch on that. Quick touch on that.
Bill Polian.
Well, exactly. The quick touch on the cheating thing. Deflategate was Tom Brady. That had nothing to do with Bill Belichick. Literally he was never brought up. Bill Belichick was never questioned. Like he was questioned about it, but not in court. He was never in court. And that's the biggest hoax in NFL history. A federal judge ruled Tom Brady guilty on the quote of he probably more than likely knew, so guilty. Like that shouldn't be legally allowed. I don't know how that passed. But that's Tom Brady, not Bill Belichick. The Spygate thing was always stupid to me because it's the difference of recording the sideline from the booth or the field. Like there's no difference there to me. Like, what's the difference in recording here versus here? Like that's so stupid that was a thing. He didn't get suspended over it. They didn't get their Super Bowls revoked because of any of it. Like,
they just went undefeated the next season.
They did. But they didn't win the Super Bowl.
No.
I mean, all I'm saying is Sean Payton better not get in for 5 years. Sean Payton got suspended. He got suspended for a whole year because he got convicted of cheating. So Sean Payton better not get in for like 5 years. If Bill Belichick with 8 Super Bowls doesn't get in the first time, Sean Payton better be out for a while. But all right, anybody got anything else to add to the Chiefs before you hop off here?
Yeah, one quick thing. Chiefs are set to get a new stadium. Just kind of want to get your thoughts on it. Are you excited? Are you mad? What do you think?
In 30
Riley's
years,
team is also moving states, so he's curious.
Yeah, to Gary, Indiana. No, I feel a couple of ways about this. The Chiefs every single year rank in the bottom of the league as far as facilities go. The team, the players, and then people get to grade or whoever. They give people that normally wouldn't have any kind of say. Yeah, definitely like team report or franchise, whatever.
Yeah, we're consistently top 3.
Yeah, well, the Chiefs are not. The Chiefs are not. They rank at the bottom for facilities, everything. And we've got these cheap owners who don't want to spend any money. And it's frustrating to me because we have an owner who won't let us wear alternative uniforms and cool new stuff that could generate some buzz or sell jerseys. Because we care so much about tradition. tradition means the world to the Hunt family, and Lamar Hunt would never, tradition, it's sacred to us, but we're willing to leave. It goes, you guys understand, it goes Lambeau, Soldier, Arrowhead. And
U.S. Bank Stadium.
No, I'm talking about as the oldest stadiums, the most iconic stadiums in the NFL.
Oh, the oldest is Soldier Field.
Almost, no, it's Lambeau.
No, it's Soldier. Soldier's been there longer.
Are you sure?
100%. Here, I'll pull up the years.
Yeah. Smallest stadium in the NFL. Until Gary comes knocking.
I tell you. So the 10 oldest in order. 10 is Bank of America Stadium, 1996. Everbank Field is 1995. Hard Rock is 87. Mercedes-Benz Superdome 75. New Era Field 1973, but that's going away. Their Bills are getting a new stadium. Arrowhead is 5th in the NFL. It was made 1972. Mm-hmm. The Oakland Coliseum, so that doesn't count anymore. That's not around anymore. Lambeau is 3rd, 1957. Soldier Field is 2nd, 1924.
Yeah. So what's one?
Oh, the Memorial Coliseum. That doesn't count either. So it's Soldier Field, Lambeau, and then
Arrowhead Stadium.
And then New Era. But that's going away. Mm-hmm. So then it would be the Superdome, Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Yeah, so that frustrates me because I don't know, man. I'm old school. I think football should be played outside. I like the elements.
I wish it was.
I like that the Denver AFC title game against
was in the snow.
Patriots was in the snow. I think that is how playoff football should be played.
I agree completely. I wish the Vikings would have built an open roof stadium.
We are this close to a world supremacy where teams play in a dome all season, and then they got to make that November-December trip up to Lambeau Field, and they're the only team that plays outside. You guys realize we're this close? Like
you know what the solution to that is? Get rid of the Packers. We should get rid of the Packers. Everybody plays in domes. Just get rid of the Packers.
No, I hate it. And the numbers for players getting hurt on fake grass compared to real grass.
That's all astronomical, but it's all money. It's all money keeps coming in, so they're not going to stop.
So who gives a fuck? Yeah, money always matters in those situations.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge proponent. I took Riley to his first ever NFL game back in 2014, I believe, so that I could specifically make a trip to Minnesota during their last season outdoors, because I wanted to make sure I was able to say I was at a Vikings outdoor football game, because they're never going to be back outside. So, and I hate it.
It's going to be sad. It's going to be sad when they call, it's not going to be Arrowhead anymore, and it's going to be called Nebraska Furniture Mart Stadium.
Oh, that's
so wonderful.
Bucky Stadium, dude. Bucky Field.
Bro. Yeah, and dude, you guys understand though, like the deal the Chiefs signed, the only reason you would say no to that deal that they've been, doing behind the scenes with Kansas for the last 2 years is for the fans. That's the only reason you say no.
It's very Chiefs favored.
Exactly. And it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make me not be a fan of the team anymore.
It's just frustrating.
I used to think this about the Hunts, and now I think this about the Hunts. And
well, hopefully they see this. Hey, Hunt family, come on the show. Talk to us about it.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, we're open to having you on the show. We're not opposed to it. We would love to have you guys on the show. We would love to talk to you guys.
I want to know what it's like to be the third richest owning family in the NFL, and you're unwilling to spend money.
I would love to watch you guys lawyer talk Steven into the grave. I would love to watch it. Please come on the show. Yeah, I would happily allow it. I would love for it to happen. So, but all right, anything else you guys got? Anything else for anybody?
Nope.
All right, like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Hi, boys.